All right, welcome back to the Manitoba Esports League Week 3 matchup between Oasis Esports and League of Dawgs. League of Dawgs took game 1 and they move on to the red side as Oasis Sports are now over on the blue side. And we're going to jump right into these pick and bans. Yasuo and Talia already banned out there. Senna being banned out currently on the other side for League of Dawgs.
Yep, looks like pretty much the same bans as last game. Talia ban coming in, as we said. Our player to watch, Gabyzz, popped off already on Draven, and his power pick that I found from his match history was Talia, and he did actually play that. If not in one of the matches, it was in a scrim that I watched between Vodertron and League of Dawgs, where his Talia play was just ridiculous, and so definitely not wanting to see that.
So the Echo being banned out instead of the Thresh. Echo was a problem too, but to be fair, everyone was just so far ahead in that last game. Morgana being banned out the other way. So the interesting thing here is, does Oasis pick up the Thresh for themselves in their own way to deny the Thresh from Thresh main? Or do they just feel like we just have to deal with it better? Like,
yeah, Thresh is a decent blue side one pickup, but instead, as we mentioned before, they are going to go with the Skarner, which is a super strong champion for Roman there. And the Thresh coming in as we expected. Oasis Esports willing to take their chances one more time, and man, it's just so good,
one of those,
Johnny.
When the snowball starts that early, it's one of those things. Like I was saying earlier, I'm like, hey, just clean up the level 2. Like, just don't lose there, and we could potentially, potentially the rest of the game could have been fine if we just started off really poorly. So maybe you go, okay, we can leave it up. We just need to recognize that level 2 a little bit better, and then hopefully you get a little better from there. But Thresh and Trundle will remain the same jungler for them once again as well, as League of Dawgs played that last game as well. So far they're running that one back. But yeah, Skarner a big pick for Oasis Esports, basically more or less for Roman there. Yeah.
Yep.
Does play a lot of Skarner, so that will be picked up there. And then Varus, Tahm, Kench, interestingly, going to be the answer here. So maybe just trying to pick a much safer bot lane.
Yeah, Tahm Kench, such a strong champion right now. You did see that Senna banned out, so the Senna Tahm Kench not available. But Varus Tahm Kench, totally good. Varus is a really good champion right now. He's able to bully you out in lane as well as scale up really well into the late game. He can do the lethality build or the on-hit build, depending on what is required in your team. So combined with that Skarner, I see some really explosive level 6 plays here if they can weather the storm of that early game from League of Dawgs. So now Ornn coming in as the response. That's going to go into the top lane, and that is going to be Laird playing that. And Ornn, one of the most sought after picks currently in the entire game. So strong at every point of the game, so strong in every aspect of the game. Ornn is so good.
And especially in organized play, it's just like that reliable tank. It's got you that ultimate that just like engages. You can use it to disengage. You can use it for a lot of things. And of course, just a free extra item.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so he's good in lane. He's good at late game. He's good in team fights. Oh, and he just makes you have better items.
Yeah. At least they nerfed the brittle a little bit, because that was ridiculous for a while. Yeah. So at least that's gone. So the damage isn't quite there. The Draven is being banned out over by Oasis Esports. So they're going to not deal with that, as League of Dawgs has had to prioritize other picks, but Gabyzz can play a lot of champions, so it's not.
It almost feels like futile to try and ban out Gabyzz here. Gangplank does get banned. They saw how good Nappy was on that. I like that Nappy was able to draw a ban here. I think that's really promising for Oasis Esports, that they League of Dawgs, even as strong as they were, recognized how powerful Nappy can be on that particular pick.
Yeah, just respect that. That's good.
Exactly. And definitely Gangplank can do well into the Ornn. He can sort of bully him around, as Ornn isn't able to stop the snowball, basically.
Yeah.
So Draven was banned out. Cassiopeia as well banned out, and that is targeted both at Bladest and Gabyzz, who that pick could go either into the mid or top or bot lane, and so that's a very very powerful flex pick there.
So we'll see where to pick up there. They still need a bot laner over here for League of Dawgs. Maybe they're trying to save a counter pick. I'm not sure if they want what they want to prioritize, but they also need a mid laner as well. Like I said, general wisdom is pick the mid laner for your counter pick. So they are going to grab the Kai'Sa here, and yeah, just going to be a solid one. They're just going for a different route here, and this is good. You showed that you can play that smack you in the face style. Now you play the more, I guess, generic team fight more of a generically good comp that will just be kind of good in all situations.
Yeah, before we continue, it looks like, and this is sometimes had an issue with Pro Draft. Apparently, there was a mispick here. That Ornn is supposed to be Vladimir. So that is not Ornn, that's Vladimir. And so that definitely does change.
Well, that changes what I just said.
It changes exactly what you just said. I know. I'm sorry I let you finish. But Vladimir, of course, a flex pick can go mid or top. And so clearly Oasis has been informed of this. It's all good. It's just Ornn is Vladimir. That's all you need to know. Okay. So Leblanc coming in as a response potentially to that. Leblanc definitely fits into this team composition as being able to have a lot of presence in other lanes is really good, especially if you've got somebody like Riven in the top lane. And so that definitely has got to be some sort of comfort pick for Nappy. You don't just pick Riven just because it's good into your team comp. You pick it because you want to play Riven. So we'll see how Nappy can do on that.
Yeah, another half of it is that you've kind of set up this pick composition right now. You can go lethality Varus here to match the rest of the damage. You just have so much of it. But a Renekton will be locked in here, so that basically that early aggression being matched over here. Riven versus Renekton is such a good skill matchup. That could, like, normally watching top lane is the resident sleeper, but yeah, with those picks it could be fun.
Yeah, in this series so far, and I would even say Renekton definitely has the edge over Riven. You need to be really good on Riven to beat Renekton because he is so powerful. He is able to counter pretty much everything you do. He's tanky. He is able to heal up. He's able to stun you, and he's able to dash away from your damage. So Renekton is scary to face against Riven, and you to the point where if you're wanting to pick Riven, it is worth it to ban Renekton. So definitely we have an interesting matchup going up there in the top lane. Once again, we do have the Skarner jungle, and it's, since we see it so seldom, it's really hard to imagine exactly how much presence it's going to have. We know, of course, the ultimate is strong, and he's also one of those champions who sort of baits out a Quicksilver Sash or forces a Quicksilver Sash by from the carries. So that's definitely going to...
and it just adds to the whole pick potential of this team, right? Skarner grabs someone, Varus, Q, LeBlanc jumps in, Riven jumps, like they're grab basically anyone, and you'll probably blow them up. So that's
so much single target damage. Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna we'll take our competitive integrity break here as we wait for the teams to kind of load up into the Rift, and we'll be back with more Manitoba Esports League action between Oasis Esports and League of Dawgs.
And welcome back. We are here with Game 2 of Oasis versus League of Dawgs. League of Dawgs having taken the first game in a definitive fashion. Now we're going to see if Oasis can battle back here with this Riven and Skarner duo in the top lane and jungle.
Yeah, exactly. Oasis Esports now moving over towards the blue side. League of Dawgs now over on the red. And we'll see. Like I adamantly said a few times, just like if they can clean up, because this is still Thresh there at level 2. Just don't deal with that right now. And right now you're playing with this Varus, likely lethality going there with the Comet, so you can just hang back and not have to deal with it.
Yep.
You get your farm with your Q as well as doing some poke. Like you can work this, and I think it's a good lane for them to play right after kind of what was a very rough one recently.
Definitely a much better lane matchup in general. I mean, the lack of early game threat. Kai'sa still can burst early, but she's nothing like the Draven early on. So even with those big Thresh engages, not as much kill pressure in that bot lane from League of Dawgs this time. So we'll see if that will help. The scary thing is that is Kai'sa, and we know how well Kai'sa scales into the late game. So definitely a different game plan coming in from Oasis this time around.
Yeah, but right now you're thinking, okay, your solo lanes did okay. Your top lane did better than your mid lane, but like your solo lanes did okay last game. You had a big CS lead over there for Nappy. There was like that. It was potentially available. So like if you can kind of hang on, and hopefully your solo lanes can do something similar again. If Nappy can really take advantage of kind of what seems like he's just maybe just a more experienced player. That's your win condition right now. And again, you get these big picks. You're waiting for Roman to hit 6 so you can do all that. You got to play pretty patient here. And the other team didn't pick as early as a comp this time. They're trying to scale too as well, as opposed to just strictly them trying to beat you for sure right away. So you could just relax a little bit. You should be okay here.
Yeah, the role's nearly reversed here, where Oasis is going for a more early game focused team, with the exception of actually this top lane. We did mention before, one of the big strengths that Nappy had up there was that he was able to really get some good wave control. Here's level 2. Is Thresh going to go in? We're looking for that flash.
Yeah. Just respect it. Just respect it. That's all. Yeah. That's all we ask for. And
Tahm Kench obviously very strong in those level 2 engages as well. But Nappy was really able to get such good wave control against Laird in that matchup. Now, he was on the Pike, and that's exactly what you need to do against a Pike because he has a lot of difficulty really managing the wave. Renekton, not the case at all. Renekton is insanely good at managing the wave. He's one of the best. So definitely a difference there as almost all the stacks coming down on Thresh main. Is he going to get eaten up? No, not quite. His Kingsline takes a lot of damage.
Yeah, I definitely saw the death sentence go down for Thresh, so thought maybe they can make a trade there, but it still ended up being positive for the other side.
Yeah,
so.
as we said.
Oh no! Oh, there's a flash play. He's got to hit him with a couple auto attacks here. Does do really ignite. The heal does come through. The hook will now hit onto Double B, but that's why you play Tahm Kench.
There you go. a little bit better result in that early game engage this time. As you said, the heal did come down there, and not as much burst as we said from the Kai'Sa. She's no slouch in the burst burst aspect of the game, but nothing like Draven. So we do see them living to fight another day there. Gets stunned, it takes a tower hit, does Laird. So. And
quick summer spell check. Basically, everything was used except for the flashes of the 2 bot laners. So you'll take those right now.
We take those. We indeed do take those. As also the
nice trade by Tatsuya here.
Oh yeah, there you go. Also the same amount of summoner spells as I was going to say used in the bot lane of League of Dawgs. So nothing. No harm, no foul in that case, as a little bit of a basically even farm situations in both solo lanes now. That was one of the sort of the shining lights because, as you said before, Gabyzz is going to win this lane. There's it's very unlikely he's not. He's just so good. He and Thresh main have such good synergy, and that skill discrepancy is really hard to overcome. So you're looking to the other lanes to get an advantage. Last game they did. This game they're staying even. So we'll see if they can get some solo kills as we saw Nappy do earlier in game 1.
And here we go. We do see Laird trying to jump in on top of Nappy right now. This is a scary time. You got leveled down right now is Nappy, but they are going for it. There's the all-in here. There's a lot of minions, though, here helping out Laird, but the flash comes through, and what an outplay by Nappy to pick up the solo kill.
Beautifully done by Nappy. This guy plays Riven. That is a really nice mechanical play. He got some really nice auto-attack resets there as well, which is key on Riven. That's why she's got such a high skill cap, and a beautiful play. Just, once again, Nappy coming through with the solo kill 2 games in a row. He's been able to do that to Laird, and they're going to have to keep an eye on that. Still no jungle presence able to change that matchup. So, as you said, skill matchup, and so far, Nappy's winning it.
Yeah, to be able to take that one down as well. They did have a bunch of lane priority in mid and bot, so they're just going to walk over to this Infernal Drake and take that one. So, hey, Oasis Esports, if you thought maybe you'd be tilted after that game, this is a great start. This is a great way to untilt, except right now you're... Oh, cool. I'm very surprised by the direction of that hook.
Yeah, he was trying. He got a little. He outsmarted himself there. Did Thresh main as Double B? He knew Double B had flash up, probably expecting him to use that or step back, but he didn't. Yeah. So that hook sort of and you kind of end up looking like a bit of a fool for doing something like that, but.
But yeah, just trying to predict maybe the flash backwards there. And Laird now flashing away.
Flashing and ulting, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, big advantage. He still is.
Tatsuya going for that one. Ignite comes through, so that's going to be less healing done from Bladest after he tries to get out of there. Tatsuya picks up a solo kill, and this is what you want if you're Oasis. So they're getting at it, but anyway, we have a top and jungle fighting here at the same time. Roman's going to go down first, so Fsabe is by themselves right now fighting onto Roman Nappy. Roman is not level 6 yet. So Fsabe is going to be able to get away from that one, and 3-0 score right now for Oasis. Something you might not have expected after how heavily landslided it was in their first game.
Definitely not. Beautiful play by both solo laners here from Oasis. And yeah, you can see that Skarner matchup into Fsabe on the Trundle. Definitely the advantage early game going to the Trundle. But this Riven was able to bait out, able to get the flash and the ultimate out of the Renekton there. And so had a huge advantage when that 2v2 engage happened. So Really loving the play I'm seeing here by Nappy. We'll see if he can maintain that and transfer to other lanes is the key thing. He does have the teleport, was able to get an advantage without Ignite, which is a really good sign here. So he will be able to make a difference in other lanes as a teleport halfway through. And yeah, you see the bot lane here of Double B and a Kingsland. Oh, the play misses and...
Yeah, see, just respecting it, you know? Just backing off, going like, hey, I'm just going to respect what you can do. Okay, cool. That's all That's all you need to do. And right now, you actually have a CS lead right now.
Exactly,
while you're doing that. So, positive. Again, Kai'Sa just does really outscale, especially the lethality version of Varus. But still, you 100% are doing the right job right now, currently in the bot lane, while you have 3 kills distributed to the rest of your team. This is what you want.
Yeah, I'm interested in this little bit of mana regeneration, the Fairy Charm coming in on Varus. I'm not exactly sure what that's building
just so you can fire more Qs. I think it's literally just for the laning phase.
Yeah, like he's not even going to finish it into anything. That's actually something I haven't seen on this particular build.
I don't do it, but some people do.
Some people do it? Okay, well, I'll defer to your bot lane knowledge in that case. And of course, seems to be working out for him just fine. He is maintaining that farm lead there, just 4 or 5 CS up on Gabyzz here. A feat in itself.
Oh, there's the hook.
Lands.
But Tahm Kench.
There you go.
That's what that's for.
A hook in this situation is not nearly as impactful as a hook onto someone like a Nautilus or something like that. With the Tahm Kench, you can just get away. And you know, I used to really hate Tahm Kench. I used to be a big hater of this champion. And I've sort of...
It's unfun.
This is exactly why.
Like we're casters sitting here. Oh, you hook. Oh yeah, right now it doesn't mean anything.
Never mind.
Never mind. It's not
yeah,
cool.
I've sort of made my peace with it. I would say I like some aspects of what he can bring to a team, and I like some.
Tatsuya going in here, but does not know Fsabe right there. Fsabe rather. Tatsuya trying to jump back to the clone on the other side, but a flash will come through, and Fsabe picking up a kill here, finally getting one on this side. Meanwhile, the ultimate does come through for Varus, going to take him down. So King's Land rather, will pick up that kill.
Definitely the Lannisters sending their regards in that situation as, a big ultimate, and you can see already the damage just with 2 longswords that Varus can apply when he has those full blight stacks onto another champion. So
Nappy and Laird fighting 1v1 in the top lane. Good little trade, goes positive overall for Nappy, but Laird's does have some sustain.
Yeah, you can see the item difference there. Caulfield's Warhammer already finished for Riven. Very, very important item for her, as it gives cooldown reduction as well as damage. Huge in this lane. And Rift Herald did go down as well. Roman managing to take that one up. Just a quick note, he has taken Ghost here, and he's going to use it right now.
Jumping on, he's going to use that ultimate, pull him all the way over here. Laird is go down real low. One more hit will take him down. Oh, Laird trades that one, though, so great job to get a kill on the 1v2. Meanwhile, we go jump over to the bot lane as the fight is breaking over here. Kingsland's going to try to bop that gray health to try to stay alive, but Fsabe will pick up their second kill of the game. And excellent job there to pick up a kill down bot, but meanwhile, Roman is pushing upstairs with the Rift Herald.
Yeah, got a lot of plates there, but as you say, really nice play by Laird to get that 1 kill back. That's a huge engage. Like, it's just such a power spike for the Skarner, and you don't expect that kind of outplay from Laird in that situation, especially when he's already behind, but able to do this. However, Roman is going to be able to get first turret here and get and all 5 of those plates went down. So they're going to trade that for Dragon as Fsabe here. Nope. Oh. Doesn't manage to steal.
Ooh, Tatsuya trying to go for that one. Yeah, it's definitely a nice jump. But yeah, and overall that top play, even though, yeah, Laird does pick up the kill, it does end up being a net positive for Oasis Esports, but still just impressive to at least get that, because you could have just not gotten the kill back too. So
exactly.
You got something out of there. So.
Umbral Glaive now finished for the Varus down in the bot lane. Really nice. That item has become very popular because it is so cheap. And any kind of power spike you can get, the earlier you can get it, the better. You already saw his burst damage. It is so good.
I just feel like if that's the best item in the game.
Yeah, I mean, and as a Senna player, I can understand why you'd say that.
Boom! Oh, nice ultimate hit. Gabyzz forced to flash away, and a bit of damage there. Double B really stepping up in this lane right now. Not just hanging on like we said you need to do, actually winning this lane right now, but here comes Fsabe right back over here with Thresh, man. They're trying to focus onto King's Land. He's going to be able to go down low, does try to pop the gray health to stay alive, will not. Thresh will take them out. Fsabe now continuing over onto Double B, who's going to flash away to stay alive. So 3 people come down bot to pick up a kill. Meanwhile, Roman has made his way over here and found Laird. Nappy's down here too as well. The Thresh Lantern is out and available. The Death Sentence will hit. Meanwhile, Tatsuya does pick up a kill over by the turret here as Nappy jumps in and is able to combo onto Thresh main. Laird is going to go down pretty low. Nice little shield. Going to keep Nappy alive, at least for now. But Bladest gets there and will take them out. Laird is so low. Roman will at least pick that one up, but it does look like Roman will pay for that kill with their own life. Oh, nice little stun is going to keep him alive, at least for now. Tatsuya, meanwhile, picks up from the backside, gets on top of Gabyzz. Nice little play there. Now, here comes the rest of Oasis Esports to try to trade away. Roman did survive. He's going to be able to take them on there and take them out. Killing spree now for Oasis Esports. And 10-5 are the kills, and they're rolling.
Wonderfully played there by Oasis Esports. They tested their limits perfectly, and yeah, so much to break down in that fight. First, you had the gank coming down into the bot lane where they were able to blow the flash of Double B, but then he stays on, he keeps applying the damage. You can see how much damage he gets each time a Q goes down, and at this point in the game, he's got more sustained damage in a long fight than Gabyzz does because he's got so much with that poke, and his Q is is on a bit of a lower cooldown with that Umbral Glaive. So as he was able to survive that whole fight and able to keep applying damage to members of League of Dawgs, their health bars just slowly got chunked down bit by bit, and all those little skirmishes that happened, every single little skirmish was, put in favor of Oasis by that poke. So really beautiful roam here by Nappy as well. He was able to get 2 kills there underneath the turret, so nicely done by him. And yeah, a firm lead now taken by Oasis Esports here.
Yeah, they have about almost a 4K lead, about 3.5, and they're pretty happy with that one there. Dragons are even currently as well, as the plates are now falling off of the tower, so there'll be no more of those. So yeah, just overall, just a good play by Oasis. Like, definitely doing exactly what they need to do here. The hook does hit on the King's Land, but not likely to be followed up. It is not. And yeah, just they can keep rolling this way. This is as long as they don't get picked off at some awkward points, they're checking off all the boxes and doing all the right things right now.
Absolutely. They scale up just fine. A little bit less scaling if it does go way late. League of Dawgs definitely able to outdamage them in that situation. Roman coming in. Here we go.
Roman comes in, hits the R key, able to take Laird way over there. Nappy will finish off that kill. Meanwhile, Fsabe is at least trying to trade this. Nappy goes under the tower. And unfortunately, that will at least be a 1-for-1 now. So good play by Fsabe to at least make that a trade.
Yeah, really nicely played by Fsabe. He baited them just underneath that tower. I really like that. I really like that type of play. I really like those turnaround plays where you just do a little bit of a fadeaway to get that last bit of damage and secure that kill.
Yeah, Nappy went a little ham there.
Yeah, definitely went a little too far there. You've got to you have to have have an enemy team who is going a little too far to make that kind of play. But, still looks good when Fsabe does it, and yeah, I really like Roman's presence right now. Look how fast he is. He's just moving around the map so efficiently.
Literally just driving by the mid lane. Yeah, like, I don't have ultimate. I'm just here.
Yeah. Nice to see you. A huge amount of damage there goes on the Bladest now.
Tatsuya is pretty strong there, sitting there with the Oblivion Orb pretty much only, and the Lost Chapter is a surprising amount of damage if you don't have any resistances. So
yeah, Oblivion Orb definitely a very strong pickup. As we mentioned before, he does have that extra magic penetration as well from the Sorcerer's Shoes, so nearly doing true damage to anyone who doesn't have any items for magic resist. And yeah, definitely. Oh, here's Tatsuya again.
Oh, and uses the Ignite, so we'll heal for less here. Tatsuya can one more combo here, will get it done. Oh, not quite.
I really thought that would kill him.
Yeah, I thought that might too, but
does manage to get the flash, but then. Yeah, they got the dragon off of that, so good pressure applied but Tatsuya had to blow both summoner spells there. And didn't manage to get the kill, which is surprising. So well played there by Bladest to survive that onslaught.
So this is the other direction of the game we're talking about, where basically what Oasis Esports wanted to do in the first game more is, like, you can actually still hold this off, and you do have better late game scaling if you are on League of Dawgs. Obviously, Renekton's going to fall off the face of the planet, but basically, if you just run in and land a stun on someone, you can then play front to back from there, as Gabyzz can provide a lot of damage into the late game. Same with Bladest as well. Yes. So there is still a clear win condition here for League of Dawgs if they can kind of hold on to that. They do pick up a Rift Herald here, which hopefully they'll be able to pick up the tower in this game and Oh, sorry, they were throwing it the other way. So
it was Oasis again. Yeah,
yeah, the Oasis again. So never mind.
They've got nice control of that top river there. So well done by them to be able to do that. And yeah, a lot of damage now coming down to Tatsuya. As you said, Vladimir really strong in the late game already. Now having that proto belt there, he's able to put down a significant amount of damage with the combo onto the Leblanc.
Yeah, a lot of that was Leblanc hadn't backed recently.
Yes, so, exactly. Yeah. And now that she has, able to find that Morellonomicon, which is going to be very useful against this entire team.
Oh, Roman. Roman's in trouble. You're being pulled into the other team. That's not what you want. You're being taken down there. That's exactly what I was saying Oasis were needing to not do and what League of Dawgs want to look for, and they're able to get that. And again, stuff like that is what's going to bring them back into this game.
Yeah, you can see a control ward pretty deep in the the bottom jungle there of League of Dawgs. Seeing that control ward gave Roman a little bit of false sense of security there to think, oh, I've got vision. I would know if they would get in, but they actually were able to sneak in, I believe, through mid lane. And so since they had a little bit of lane priority from Bladest there, they were able to get into position and catch Roman out of position with that vision available.
And that's the thing with Skarner is that like if you get caught in a spot like that, you have no tools.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. You maybe stun someone. It's like really do ult them and bring them with you so they can.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at, like it's not
in particular Skarner with Ghost.
With Ghost exactly. It makes it a little bit harder there, but you know, you take the fact that you made a mistake, you move on from that, and hopefully they will continue to get back onto their game plan. But League of Dawgs does not want to see that happen. They will prevent at least this mid lane turret from going down, and kind of just waiting for the next objective to be up as nothing is kind of around there. So a little bit of ARM going on for 4 members of the team here while Riven pushing on the bottom.
Yeah, and Riven, like we said before, here we go.
Oh, there we go. That's the situation where you want to press R and take someone because Thresh main does not have an escape of their own. Double B will pick up a kill, their first of this game.
Yes, exactly. So Thresh main going down there once again. And yeah, like you said, a nice kill there, a nice catch from Roman, exactly what he is looking to do. And like I was saying before, Renekton, as you said, falls off pretty heavily. Riven can be perceived to fall off pretty heavily, but with somebody as mechanically skilled as Nappy, you can apply a lot of damage at every stage of the game.
I mean, that's why like AD carry isn't fun because like you could still just get blown up by Nappy.
Exactly. Someone like Kai'sa pretty vulnerable to something like that, and any kind of AOE crowd control that also does damage. A lot of damage here.
2v2 fight breaking loose right now, but Gabyzz is going to join it now, and so will Fsabe as well. Laird will pick up a kill in this one, but Gabyzz looking on to Roman now. The Thresh has now joined this fight, does miss that hook, but here comes everyone else on League of Dawgs. They're trying to catch up with them, but King's Land is going to be able to eat him up and take him back. So that ends up just being one person going down for Oasis Esports.
Yeah, just the catch onto Nappy there, and nice play there by League of Dawgs to recognize that he was a little caught out. Gabby obviously in the right position there, able to use that ultimate to come in and apply the extra damage that was needed. Otherwise, that 2v2 wasn't looking too good for League of Dawgs, so good job there by Gabyzz.
Yeah, and a good job by League of Dawgs in general is that like that was a situation where like this game in general that Nappy could have been snowballing into a terrible state for you, and you really quelled that a little bit here. Now equal kills and deaths, they can still do a bunch of damage, but they're not overwhelmingly ahead of everyone now. Obviously still ahead of your opponent in the top lane, but like really you kind of take that. You're both sitting at about an item and a half now, and you've definitely like quelled a little bit of that bleeding that was kind of hovering over in the top lane. So it's good for them to focus on that. They just if they can continue to play clean and look for picks like that, they can still make things happen. Because that's the thing with Gabyzz. Like the one thing that AD carry you usually don't get is if you're like not around in the fight, you're not around the fight. But obviously with Kai'Sa, you can ult your way in and then be part of the fight again. So it's it's good stuff.
Yeah, on a high mechanical skill player like Gabyzz, Kai'Sa so effective with that ultimate. As no attempt at all for this dragon for League of Dawgs. They are going to give that one up, and that is going to put them on soul point for Oasis Esports. They're going to have one more dragon to take down in order to get that mountain soul, which is very useful here. Definitely not the best one. You'd prefer. In this case, you'd almost prefer something like an Infernal Soul because of the burst potential of your composition in the first place.
That's the one of the things that could always, like, Infernal Soul, if you're the not scaling comp versus the scaling comp, that the Infernal Soul will often make up for that scaling.
Exactly.
But Mountain Drake is hella good. Like Tahm
Mountain
Kench,
Soul is no slouch.
Mountain Soul, yeah, exactly. Like Tahm Kench, like again, it's a support building you as your main tank sort of, and Skarner's building mostly damage to start off with, right? So he's gonna start building tanky items now, but they're not. The Mountain Drake Mountain Soul will definitely make up for the fact that they're not Orns out there.
Exactly.
But they can at least become very, very tanky for them.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, definitely. League of Dawgs, thankful that they have picked the composition they have, seeing the Mountain Soul coming out, because they've got a lot of sustained damage, which will not all be mitigated there by the Mountain Soul. As you can see, Nappy here in the bot lane still split pushing, trying to set up for that Baron, trying to apply pressure to the bottom side of the map. And you can see that Laird basically wants no part of this fight, even with that Blade of the Ruined King finished. He's so scared. You can see him backing off. He can be denied CS if Nappy really wants to play more aggressively. And there you go. You can see already damaging down. Laird going back in, though.
Yeah, it is a 2-item versus an item and a half advantage right now. So likely don't want to fight that straight up right now. Nice hook hit over here, but no one around to follow that up.
In game one, that was another 3 kills or something.
Yeah. Every time there's okay with it, oh, Roman pushing him too far. Roman, we talked about this. You're going to try to ult, at least try to bring something into here, try to bring in your fight, but that might have actually just helped you doom Tatsuya over here, as well as King's Lamb. But Tatsuya's trying to jump in and make something happen here. Double kill will come through for Gabyzz, and there you go. You're snowballing that AD carry. Tatsuya is in trouble. Laird's going to flash over the wall to try to jump onto their AD carry to take him down, and will go shut down for Thresh main, and that will be a 3-0 right now. Wait, maybe even more. They're looking over onto Nappy now as Bladest is trying to jump onto them, but enough wave clear here, and the tower will make them just back off. So yeah, 3-0 right now, and League of Dawgs, they're starting to scale.
Yep. Yeah, and Roman just out of position there. He wandered, he face checked a bush, and you're not allowed to do that, man. You're not allowed to do that against a team like this. So even though that Skarner is very strong, we did see a little bit earlier the damage coming through from that Skarner. When he did come up against Gabyzz, he was able to burst him down to half HP with just one combo. And seeing as that Skarner is pretty tanky, that's a very powerful thing. But you're not you didn't have the vision to do the play you just did. So definitely good of League of Dawgs to take advantage of that.
If I'm remembering the situation correctly, you were kind of spotted out being kind of over there, and then you just went to a deeper brush.
Yep.
Just like kind of like a questionable.
Because he got hooked, and so they knew he was there.
Yeah.
He continued to
instead
play
of backing off, instead of backing off, you went to another brush, thinking you were still so much further ahead. But no, that like those are the kind of plays that League of Dawgs are looking for. Meanwhile, Roman does find Fsabe over here. It's probably one of the few targets you don't necessarily want to, but you still have done damage.
Wow.
Never mind, you're gone.
So the Leblanc does have Morel and Omicron for that magic resist shred, but also lots of damage from the Skarner. I really liked what I saw there. You can see the ultimate coming in. Looks like they're going to try and rush down the Baron.
Yeah, no jungler on the other side, so they're hoping they can just win this uncontested potentially. So they're going to start it up here. It is 20 seconds till their backup is Fsabe, so they're going to be continuing to work on this. They have it down to about 8,000 HP now. The rest of League of Dawgs are now starting to surround as the Baron has now made its way
pretty
to
slow.
5,000 health here. Here's the rest of the team. The hook is being handled by the Thresh. Main's going to pull Roman over a bit. 3,000 health left now on that Baron. Let's see who's going to jump one over here. The Q's going to come through, and they will just take it.
Yeah, good job. Really nice advantage there taken by Oasis Esports. And the Leblanc was able to do just enough zoning on the outside before Tatsuya had to back off there in order to secure them that Baron. And yeah, like you say, there's just it's basically impossible to steal. And so, yeah, they knew exactly what they had the opportunity to do there, and they got the Baron. So hopefully they can use this to pressure. A key point here as well is that Mountain Drake, the 4th Mountain Drake for them, is about to spawn. And so they will be able to apply pressure and get themselves a good position as we do meet teams once again here in the bot river.
Here we go. Roman does have the ability to press R again. So no one really necessarily wants to cut up with that unless anyone else can follow up on it.
Yeah,
the dragon is now spawning.
Anybody so far.
Yeah, that is kind of the real trick, but do get the stun over there, and they blow up Roman before he can press R, and now they can turn around this fight. Tatsuya's going to go down pretty low. Bladest jumps up top of them, and they're going to take them out. King's Land's going to go into stasis, but it will not be enough to save their life. Fsabe will take out Double B over on the other side as well, so that's going to be 4 members down for Oasis Esports, and League of Dawgs is going to save the Dragon Soul.
Oh, tragedy right there. Nappy was in the blue buff pit, and he was ready to Q over the wall and get that AoE stun, and he missed the spell. He didn't get over the wall. He would have stunned the entire team. They were grouped up right together. He could have won that team fight if he had gotten over, but he just made a little error there. Very unusual so far for Nappy, who's played so well here on Riven, but he couldn't get over that wall, couldn't get the stun, and that lost him the fight and lost him the Dragon Soul. Well, lost him this dragon. So really, really tragic. Really, you gotta feel bad for Nappy in that situation. It just happens sometimes, you know. You sometimes you miss just that one, you know, bit of micro that you needed to do, and that caused the catalyst for the whole fight. Riven not able to contribute even at all. You saw he was full HP, just running away at the end. He couldn't get over that wall. His flash, I believe, just came up, and so he wasn't able to use that to get over. And by then it was too late. So
Taco.
You hate to see it, man.
Yeah, exactly. You hate to see it, but it happens. You move on. Like this is the real test for this team Oasis. Right now, things are starting to slip. You still have obviously they don't see their exact gold. You still have like 1.2k gold lead.
Yep.
You still have more towers, I believe. You have way more towers than the other team. Like you still have a lot of advantages. You just gotta like basically untilt from that move and be sure to get the next one as Thresh is trying to do some fishing over here for Tatsuya. Meanwhile, King's Land is trying to get a lick onto Laird. Does pull that one off here. He's got to be able to get that Q onto him as well. Enough burst damage. Got to take them down. So Roman will pick up that, notably without the use of the ultimate. So that's a nice pick there.
Yeah, definitely. They knew they didn't need to blow ultimates. Is Nappy caught out here?
Nappy running right into Thresh, Bladest, and Gabyzz, but he uses the mechanics to get out of there.
Yeah, good job. Not even having to blow his flash there. Is he going to push back up? They're going to apply pressure and try to get caught out so that they force a commitment here. While Inhibitor's being taken up top.
Nappy jumping in there. Stasis goes down for Bladest to not be the next target right away, but they will get blown up still. Gabyzz goes down. Shutdown bonus goes over for Nappy. They'll use a stasis of their own to stay alive from Bladest. Taking away the ignite isn't enough.
Oh, it's
boom! Tatsuya is going to pick up that kill. Nappy now is currently hunting for this Thresh. Cooldowns are about to come up for them. Let's see if it's going to be enough to survive, but they're being collapsed over from the other side. He's got to run into Roman here. Tries to flay Nappy away. It will not likely be enough. We'll just throw Death Sentence, throw out some shields, just trying to stall, really, but we'll go down as Nappy will now pick up that shutdown bonus. Now they're moving over into the enemy jungle to see if they can find some more picks. They're hunting. Double B's get a whiff on that ultimate though, however. But it might not matter too much as Nappy and the rest of the crew are over here. Oh, Nappy over too far up by themselves. Got to go down and being taken out. The ultimate does come through for Roman's going to pull Fsabe into that so Double P can pick up that kill. And a little fiesta here for a little bit of a moment here. And Nappy is doing so many good things, doing equally as many bad things, to be honest.
So he's in general, I would say, a net positive, but as you say, he's sort of Babe Ruth swinging at every single pitch right now, and some of those should have been foul balls. So he was able to get the catch out. What was really nice a little bit earlier in that fight was where 3 members of Oasis Esports was able to be at the bottom lane taking that inhibitor, while still Nappy and Tatsuya were able to win their fight in the top lane because they both were able to flash onto Gabyzz and take him down, and no damage was able to be applied to them, and not enough damage, I should say, after that happened. So a really good play right there because it got the inhibitor as well as taking down that all-important AD carry. So the inhibitor being down now will be, I believe will be down when this dragon spawns. And so hopefully they will be able to use that pressure. But as you said, Nappy then got a little bit too hasty to chase another kill. And I would say in general, a little bit of a lack of communication there from Oasis. You saw a little bit of juking back and forth there as they weren't sure whether they wanted to go in. That's another situation right there. You just saw an example of it where Roman is, trying to engage, and his team has already started moving away. With a really well-coordinated team, they will all start moving in the same direction. in those situations. And so they just aren't calling their plays quite far enough in advance and a little bit slow to react. But even so, really nice play here by Nappy. Really nice play by Roman. He is everywhere. They must be so scared of him right now, League of Dawgs, that is.
Yeah.
And this dragon's about to come up. Very difficult for them to take it away as they do sit in this death bush here.
Yeah, just to have a big vision advantage again. Exactly like I was saying, even though the goal was getting close, even after a big fight for League of Dawgs, they still had all those towers down, which just gave you so much of a vision advantage for you to be able to do this. And this is all likeliness a free soul for them, unless something crazy happens here. Nope. There you go. They have the mountain soul now, so they're less worried about getting picked off from that enemy team there. Yes, so they're going to move their way over to Baron.
Yeah, Baron's up. This is their game to lose now, Oasis. They have everything they need. They've got the they've got the fed members of their team. They have enough damage to take down every member. You've already seen that in the past of League of Dawgs. They have the resources to win a team fight. So you're going to need either a mistake or a huge outplay in order for League of Dawgs to win a team fight in this situation. The Baron's going to go down without any contesting from League of Dawgs at all. So it's time for the push.
So they're able to get that here, and this might be, I don't want to jinx it, but this might be our first game 3 over here, at least for the Premier League. And I'm, this is so well played by Oasis. There's like a little bit of sloppiness here and there, but considering how much of a landslide that first game was, to be coming back into this game and really be set up to win this game right now, it's definitely some impressive stuff. As are they gonna take that blue buff?
That's a Leblanc coming in from the back.
Oh, the Leblanc was coming for it. Okay, cool.
You know, the other thing is, as you say, like some mistakes from Oasis, but I haven't been able to pinpoint a lot of mistakes from League of Dawgs, which I really like.
Yeah.
Because it shows, here as Engage coming in, Bladest.
Oh, there you go. Nice little stopwatch usage there. You'll at least note that that is now down.
Yeah, Bladest very tanky now. They have the potential to run into an issue of Varus not being able to burn him down at some point in this game with that lethality build, not able to shred his armor nearly as well, shred his health bar nearly as well as if he was having that on-hit build with the Rage Blade and Blade of the Ruined King, but still a lot of damage onto those squishy champions over on the other side. Count Renekton among them has almost no defensive stats here, now working on that death stance.
There we go, 3-1-1 split push working out right now real well for Oasis Esports. League of Dawgs really needs to find their way onto someone. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Does by Tatsuya there. Almost Rabadon's is almost ready for the next back here. But yeah, they're going to retake that inhibitor. Tatsuya and Bladest are fighting out here. Bladest does have the sustain now, so for longer team fights should be an advantage of Bladest here. See if they try to make a fight. It'll happen over here in the top lane as Fsabe is trying to slow the rest of them down as they continue their push over top. The Riven is still pushing the bot lane too as well, and Laird really can't do much of it 1v1, especially with that Guardian Angel kind of sitting there on Nappy. Just ready to stun there, slow him down, but just doesn't do any damage to Nappy. Nappy going real deep all by themselves will get the kill, probably pay for it with their own life. Does
got a Guardian Angel
flash.
here.
Does have the GA, but you might burn the flash. GA, everything. Are they going to get out here? Nappy now trying to turn this one around, gets on top of Bladest, does pop that Guardian Angel, but the rest of Oasis Esports are like, hey, well, if you're going to pay attention to that, we're going to take this middle inhibitor, and Nappy just doing their job. Here we go, Roman gets another ultimate onto Fsabe. Going to be able to get on top of there. Gabyzz is doing some damage over on the other side, but it's not enough. Double B will pick up that kill over there. Bladest trying to survive, will pick up the lantern to get out of here as they continue the fight. 2 Maple down right now for League of Dawgs as Bladest goes down as well. So now 3 of them as well. King's Land is to be able to live just enough to continue that as they continue onto the Nexus turrets. Now they're going to get 1 down. They're going to get 2 down. This might be it. This is likely the game, and Oasis Esports is going to take this one to game 3.
Nappy coming in with the clappy onto Laird right there. Beautifully done by him. Really nicely played in general on Oasis Esports there to come back with that second game. And man, I love what I'm seeing. This is an exciting series. Oasis Esports, with the teamwork, with the solo lane dominance, is able to take it to a game 3.